In a major political development, 21 out of 25 NPF legislatures led by former Chief Minister Zelensky merged with the NDPP. 21 NPF legislatures met NLS Speaker Sharingan Longkumar and submitted their individual letters as well as the common resolution adopted, declaring to merge with the NDPP. Indicating a possible rift between the NDPP and BJP alliance in Nagaland, the Saffron Party says it is very premature to say about continuing with a pre-poll alliance for the upcoming 2023 elections. BJP National General Secretary Tarun Chugh says party is skeptical whether to continue with the tie-up. Zailat region of NSCN, GPRN and Zadonang Brigade Naga Army decide to support the ongoing Indo-Naga peace talks between the NSCN and the Government of India. They further extended fullest support to the collective leadership of NSCN and its negotiating groups under NSCN General Secretary and Chief Negotiator T.H. Muiva. Eastern Nagaland People's Organization decides to withdraw non-cooperation to Indian security forces. ENPO decides that decision has been taken to restore the severed trust, relation and cooperation between the peoples of Eastern Nagaland and Indian security forces. Following 2 weeks of induction into the Council of Ministers, the Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh assigns new portfolios to 6 cabinet ministers on Friday. All 12 ministers, including the Chief Minister, have now taken command of their respective ministries. Nagaland's women table tennis team brings laurels to state by winning bronze medal in the ongoing Northeast Regional Sports Week held in Impal. Both men's and women's team of Nagaland also won bronze medal in archery recurve event. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nltv News Now. Let's see more of the news in details. In a major political development, 21 out of 25 NPF legislatures led by former Chief Minister and Legislature Party leader T.R. Zelensky merged with the NDPP on Friday. The 21 NPF legislatures met NLS Speaker Sharingan Longkumar and submitted their individual letters as well as the command resolution adopted, declaring to merge with the NDPP. The 4 NPF members whose names were not included are Kuzoluzo Azonino, Dr. Ngangshi K. Ao, Krehu Lejitse and Krejenia Kalo. Prior to the development, NPF had 25 legislatures in the 60-member assembly. Following the switch, the strength of the NDPP has gone up to 42 in the 60-member House, while the NPF has been reduced to 4 MLAs.
Yes.
In the same judiciary?
No, we have decided to go into 2023, 23 general election with the same formula.
Indicating a possible rift between the NDPP and BJP alliance in Nagaland, the Saffron Party says it is very premature to say about continuing with a pre-poll alliance for the upcoming 2023 elections. BJP National General Secretary Tarun Chugh has stated that the Saffron Party is skeptical whether to continue with the tie-up in the state's 2023 assembly elections. While addressing the media at Hotel Saramati on Friday, Chugh informed that the party's election committee would take a final call on whether to continue with the alliance and seat sharing with NDPP in the upcoming assembly elections. Coincidentally, Chugh's statement comes on the day when 21 NPF legislatures merge with the ruling NDPP in Kohima. The GS, however, claimed that the coalition government was performing commendably and remarked that his visit to Nagaland was to strengthen the party, adding that the national leaders visited all the states as part of the continuous efforts to strengthen the party. It may be noted that Chief Minister Nltv has earlier stated that NDPP-BJP alliance would continue.
चुनाव अभी समय आने वाला है। चुनाव के निर्णय लेने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी की केंद्र की चुनाव समिति इन पर निर्णय लेती है और निश्चित रूप से इस पर भी निर्णय लेगी। हमारी पार्टी जो है वहाँ कोई व्यक्ति निर्णय नहीं लेता है, वहाँ पार्टी की चुनाव समिति निर्णय लेती है और वो समय पर निर्णय लेगी। अभी हमारा उनके साथ गठबंधन है और हम गठबंधन से सरकार चला रहे हैं।
In our party, the election committee is there. They take decision. A single person doesn't take decision. So as and when the decision will be taken, it will be forwarded to you.
At that time, we are in गठबंधन. Coalition government is running there.
Right now, we are in coalition government. As and when any decision will be taken by the party committee, it will be informed to Nagaland to the
press.
The Xylad region of NSCN, GPRN and Zadonang Brigade Naga Army have decided to support the ongoing Indo-Naga peace talks between the NSCN and the Government of India. Further, they extended fullest support to the collective leadership of NSCN and its negotiating groups under the NSCN General Secretary and Chief Negotiator T.H. Muiva. Issuing a press release through its Ministry of Information and Publicity, the NSCN GPRN said that Xylad region of NSCN GPRN and Zadonang Brigade Naga Army organized awareness meeting on the Indo-Naga political talks at Aben under Tuisem subdivision of Tamenglong district of Manipur on April 26. Over 300 delegates comprising of village chairmen, sacred youth leaders, or women leaders and church leaders from HMAR, Zeme, Rongmai and Liangmai tribes attended the program. After the meeting, the Xylad region of NSCN GPRN and Zadonang Brigade of the Naga Army appealed to both NSCN and the Government of India to expedite the Indo-Naga peace process based on 2015 Framework Agreement, inclusive of Naga national flag and Naga constitution. They also demanded that the solution should be inclusive, honorable and acceptable to the Naga people based on the uniqueness of the Naga history. The Eastern Nagaland People's Organization on Friday decided to withdraw its non-cooperation to Indian security forces. Notably, a release from the ENPO stated that with all their wisdom and in true Christian spirit of forgiveness, they have taken decision to restore the severed trust, relation and cooperation between the people of Eastern Nagaland and Indian security forces. Upholding the popular slogan of friends to all, enemies to none, and as initiated and requested by the Inspector General of Assam Rifles, ENPO through the release further mentioned that in the interest of mutual coexistence and respect, it temporarily withdrew all the forms of non-cooperation towards Indian security forces in the presence of MP S. Phangnon Konyak. Nagaland's women table tennis team brings laurels to the state as they won the bronze medal in the team event on the second day of the ongoing Northeastern Council-sponsored week-long Northeast Regional Sports Week in Impal on Friday. Meanwhile, according to Chief Demission of Nagaland, Jopovi Zecho, both men's and women's team of Nagaland also won bronze medal in archery recurve event. Furthermore, Nagaland's women's football team defeated Mizoram by 4-0. Meanwhile, Nagaland Olympic Association taking down to Twitter congratulated the women's table tennis team for winning the bronze. As part of the Northeast Festival to commemorate the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav in celebration of the 75 years of independence, a walkathon was held on Saturday at Kohima, which was flagged off by Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, Grigore Tejawele. Notably, the walkathon started from Police Headquarters Junction and culminated at DC office. It is to be mentioned that around 100 people representing the Nehru Yuva Kendra, NCC and various organizations participated in the walkathon. Furthermore, highlighting on the year-long celebration, Tejawele, while addressing the gathering, mentioned that the state government, in line with all the northeastern states, is celebrating the Northeast Festival under the theme Monetizing Agri, Horticulture and Organic Potentials of Northeast through Value Chain Development at Agri Expo, 4th Mile, Chumukidima on 2nd May 2022.
The Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav in celebration of the 75 years of India's independence. As already mentioned in the introduction, we are having this year-long celebration, and it started last year in March, even here in our state, and it has been continuing, and it will culminate on the 15th of August this year. And to commemorate this, especially for the northeastern states, we are again having the Northeast Festival to commemorate this 75 years of India's independence. And the idea and theme is to develop the Northeast, which we feel that the Northeast is lagging behind. So it is an occasion also to celebrate and ensure that the aspiration, the hope and vision of the Northeast is further enhanced. And towards that, we are having celebrations all over the Northeast, in all the northeastern states plus Sikkim, under various different themes. For example, here on the 2nd, in Nagaland, we'll be having the Agri, Horti and organic farming development with the team. With this team, we'll be having a program in the Agri Expo. Likewise, the smart city will be a team under Sikkim. Then in Shillong, it will be the entrepreneurial development and things like that all over the northeastern states. In Arunachal, it will be the development of the tribal and the border areas, and in Agaratala, it will be the theme for things like that, and then it will go on, and then here in the district, like us, there will be a number of functions that will be organized in all the districts. So we are organizing all this with the aim to develop the Northeast, particularly our state. So it will be an occasion for all of us to participate. So I thank all of you, the participants from the Nehru Yuva Kendra, the NSS and the NCC. So it will be a walk from here, as already mentioned, to our DC office. So we wish you all the best, and
The second edition of the Spring Badminton Championship, organized by the Soyum Shuttlers, concluded on Friday at Babu Subampi Theatre, Ungma, Mokokchung. Notably, the closing ceremony of the championship was graced by the Vice President of Badminton Association of India and Senior Vice President of Nagaland Badminton Association, Dr. Watizulu Suzumaran. While addressing the gathering, Suzumaran praised the Soyum Shuttlers in organizing the tournament and further encouraged the association to work towards organizing even state-level tournaments. Chief Minister of Punjab Bhagwant Mann has stated that the government will not allow the situation in the state to deteriorate. A day after the clashes between the two groups over an anti-Khalistan march left 4 people injured. The Chief Minister on Saturday morning has removed 3 top police officers, namely Inspector General of Police of Patiala Range, the Patiala Senior Superintendent of Police and the Superintendent of Police over the police response to the violence. Bhagwant further assured that his government is taking all necessary steps, including confidence-building measures to create harmony among the residents. The minister informed that he is in touch every minute and will take strict action against those responsible for the incident. Reportedly, Mukhwinder Singh China has been appointed as a new IG of Patiala Range, while Deepak Parikh will be the new Senior Superintendent of Police of Patiala. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on Friday allocated portfolios to 6 new ministers and relocated portfolios to another minister after they were inducted in the Council of Ministers 2 weeks ago. Notably, the Chief Minister assigned to himself the key Home and Finance Department's portfolio, while Letpao Haokip got the Tribal Affairs and Hills, Horticulture and Soil Conservation departments. Dr. Sapan Ranjan with the Departments of Health and Family Welfare as well as Publicity and Information. Furthermore, Tonujam Basanta Singh was allocated with the Education and Law and Legislative Affairs Department, and former Manipur Assembly Speaker Yumnam Khemchand Singh was allocated Mahut and Rural Development and Panchayati Raj portfolio. Meanwhile, the Public Health Engineering and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution went to Leishang Tem Susindro Meitei. Furthermore, Heikam Dingo Singh was allocated 3 portfolios, including Social Welfare, Skill, Labor, Employment and Entrepreneurship and Fisheries departments. Meanwhile, the Naga People's Front Kashim Vashum was given departments of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary and Transport. It is to be mentioned that BJP-led government was formed on March 21 after Biren Singh was sworn in as Chief Minister for the 2nd term along with 5 other ministers. The Indian Meteorological Department has predicted on that the heavy rains accompanied by thunderstorms are likely to drench the northeast region during the next 5 days. This may occur due to the influence of strong southwesterly winds from the Bay of Bengal to the northeast region at lower tropospheric levels. Accordingly, Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh are likely to witness fairly widespread rainfall with thunderstorm, lightning and gusty winds with speed ranging between 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. Moreover, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura and sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Sikkim may witness scattered to fairly widespread rainfall during the next 5 days. Isolated heavy rainfall is very likely over Arunachal Pradesh on April 30 and over Assam and Meghalaya from April 30 to May 2. Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey on Saturday took charge as India's new Chief of Army Staff, succeeding General M.M. Naravane in the role. Notably, General Pandey served as the Army's Vice Chief after he assumed the role in February after replacing retiring Lieutenant General C.P. Mohanty. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, after meeting with the King of Bhutan Jigme Khegsar Namgyel Wangchuk, said that King's vision of transforming Bhutan is a key aspect in shaping the unique partnership with India. Jaishankar, who is visiting Bhutan, also held talks with the Bhutanese Prime Minister Lote Tshering and discussed the current global scenario along with the bilateral cooperation between the two countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday addressed the joint conference of Chief Ministers and Chief Justices of High Court at Vigyan Bhawan in New Delhi. The joint conference is an occasion for the executive and the judiciary to come together to create frameworks for simple and convenient delivery of justice and discuss steps required to overcome the challenges facing the justice system. The Chief Justice of India, Justice N.V. Ramana, and Union Minister for Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju also addressed the conference.
देश में सुराज का आधार न्याय होता है, इसलिए न्याय जनता से जुड़ा होना चाहिए, जनता की भाषा में होना चाहिए। जब तक न्याय के आधार को सामान्य मानवी नहीं समझता, उसके लिए न्याय और राजकीय आदेश में बहुत फर्क नहीं होता है। हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि आने वाले दिनों में हमारे देश में भी कानून एक पूरी तरह लीगल टर्मिनोलॉजी हो, लेकिन साथ साथ वही बात सामान्य व्यक्ति की समझ में आए उस भाषा में, और वो भी दोनों एक साथ असेंबली में या पार्लियामेंट में पारित हो, ताकि आगे चल करके सामान्य मानवी।
The Enforcement Directorate has attached assets worth rupees 7.27 crores against Jacqueline Fernandez in the extortion case. The attached assets include fixed deposit worth rupees 7.12 crores under Jacqueline Fernandez. Notably, the ED has estimated that Sukesh had given gifts worth rupees 5.71 crores to Jacqueline using the extorted money. It is to be mentioned that Sukesh is currently involved in a 5-year-old cheating case involving politician Nltv Dhinkaran. Last year, ED arrested Sukesh for extorting rupees 215 crores from a Delhi businessman's wife by impersonating officials of the Home Ministry and Law Ministry. Moving on, Ukraine warned the peace talks with Moscow were in danger of collapse and said Russia was pounding areas in the east. Russian forces have turned their focus towards Ukraine's east and south after failing to capture the capital in a 9-week assault that has turned cities to rubble, killed thousands and forced 5 million Ukrainians to flee abroad. Moscow captured the city of Kherson in Ukraine's south, and its forces have mostly occupied the eastern port city of Mariupol, where United Nations efforts are underway to evacuate civilians and fighters holed up in a large steel plant. Ukraine has acknowledged losing control of some eastern towns and villages, but says Moscow's gains have come at a heavy cost to a Russian force already worn down from its earlier defeat near the capital. Ukraine and Russia face peace talks since March 29, and the atmosphere has soared over Ukrainian allegations that Russian troops carried out atrocities as they withdrew from areas near Kyiv. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is on the cover of Times magazine latest issue. It takes the readers inside the world of Zelensky as he leads his country amid the devastating war with Russia. The cover photo is a black and white side profile of Volodymyr Zelensky with the text, "How Zelensky leads inside the compound with the president and his team." Time magazine reporter Simon Schuster visited presidential compound outside Zelensky's office in Kyiv for the cover story. Schuster reported that Zelensky looked at his agenda even after his day was over and stayed awake thinking about what he could have possibly missed. Legendary comic book artist Neal, who drew superhero characters like Batman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, The Avengers and several others, has died at the age of 80. The news of his demise was confirmed to Variety by his daughter Adams, who was inducted into one of the highest honors in the comic book industry while Eisner Comic Book Hall of Fame in 1998. He was ushered into the Harvey Awards Jack Kirby Hall of Fame a year later, and he was in 2019 honored in the Inkwell Awards of Joe Sonnet Hall of Fame. Adams started freelancing for both DC and Marvel. He also helped in creating some of Batman's most iconic villains in new storylines like Joker and Two-Face, and co-created R.A.'s Al Ghul and Man-Bat. Over the past few hours have essentially all but confirmed that the consortium led by Todd Boehly and financed mostly by the Clear Lake Capital have won the race for Chelsea's football club and are set to be named as the preferred bidders on Monday, when Rain Group are expected to make their official announcement. The deal is said to be worth more than £3.5 billion, which reportedly will include at least £1 billion earmarked for the stadium and club financing, and the rest up to £2.5 billion going to charity. It's unclear how much of any of that will be a lump sum up front or how exactly the deal is going to be structured. Thank you, viewers. That's all from Nltv News Now. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Somano Lagawas.
New YY Dynamite Instant Noodles. It's extra spicy. Taste that